the media is dealing with this. This is the most ridiculous nonsense. And I'm not just talking about... All right, y'all know I'm about to go off. This is the most ridiculous nonsense. And I'm not just talking about Trump. I'm talking about the way that the media is dealing with this. If Donald Trump were black, the very first word used to describe him would be thug. Let's just start with that. The fact that we're talking about locker room banter, what locker room you in? I don't know no locker. First of all, Donald Trump has not been in a locker room or a gym for at least 30 years. So he cannot blame the locker room on anything. Donald Trump, if he were black, the number one thing you'd be saying about Donald Trump is that he is a thug. Number two, let's just be really clear. Donald Trump has confessed to a sex crime. I want to be very clear about that. When black people do stuff, we quickly rush to criminality. When white people do stuff, it's like, okay, well, this is frat boy behavior. When it's us, it's thuggish behavior, frat boy behavior, locker room behavior. What are you talking about? If I were to go up to Donald Trump and grab Donald Trump's crotch and try to kiss Donald Trump, I would go to jail. I would be arrested. That's called sexual assault. It is a crime. Okay? It's a crime. You can't do that. You have somebody running for president of the United States who has confessed on tape to committing sex crimes, and people are talking about it as if there's something wrong with the language. We're talking about him using lewd speech. I don't care about the speech. I've heard those words before. What I care about is the activity, the language, the deeds that he is describing. He is describing sexual assault. He is describing being a sexual predator. And we're worrying about the words he used? If he left the words out and described the same conduct, it's still terrible. So we have to deal with this in an honest way. Second of all, can you imagine if Barack Obama, let's just be honest now, is he supposed to be running for president? Let's not lower the standard for this man. What if Barack Obama had 5 children by 3 different women? Let's just start with that. Obama had to be perfect beyond perfect to even be considered to be president. This man has 5 kids by 3 different women. If he was a brother, they would be talking about all the breakdown of the black family and all this sort of stuff. What's wrong with this man? Second of all, can you imagine if Barack Obama had come out and said, or had been caught on video talking about he's grabbing P words. I don't want to offend anybody, but he's grabbing people's crotches. He can kiss anybody he wants to. He's a star. He's a celebrity. He can do whatever he wants to. They like it. It would be over. We would be talking about the breakdown of values and what's wrong with black men and black male violence and all that sort of stuff. And yet, if we're going to be real about it, if we're going to tell the truth about it, white male sexual violence is always hiding in plain sight. Slavery was a massive, continued 2 or 3 century long exercise in white male sexual violence, but we don't talk about it that way. This is why poor people, they steal something. It's class too, class involved too. It's poor people. If they steal something, they go to prison forever. But if you're rich, you can steal on Wall Street your whole life, and nobody's mad. See, if you're poor and you use some, you hit a blunt on the street corner, go to prison. But yacht clubs, country clubs, Ivy League schools, they're doing drugs all the time. Don't ever see a police officer. This is why we are upset. This is why people are marching. This is why people have to say Black Lives Matter. It's not just the hyper-criminality of African Americans. It's a presumption of innocence and non-criminality of white Americans, no matter what crazy thing they confess to. This is not an accusation. This dude is confessing. So I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I'm furious. This is ridiculous. If Donald Trump were black, he'd be up under the prison, and the word thug would be all over the internet, all over the TV. It would be a wrap. And yet, he's still somehow going to be treated as somebody engaged in frat boy behavior or locker room behavior. What frat boy behavior are black men allowed to engage in? What locker room conversation are black men allowed to engage before they get called criminals? I'm done for now.